All right, this is going to be a market outlook for NQ and ES. Currently, we are inside this monthly fair value gap and also this mother bar. For us to actually move at all, we would have to break 30,500, which in the weekly we can see that we're probably going to be heading there very soon. And we are also creating this SMT right now with ES. ES has already taken its all-time high and NQ is just sitting still. We do still have 18 days left, and we cannot call this an SMT yet because most likely it's probably just going to be taken from this weekly right here. So on the weekly, it looks flat. However, this was just manipulation right here on July 27th. The RSI is telling us that it is a divergence happening, but even on the monthly, we have been seeing this divergence occur and nothing has really happened besides more all-time highs. Anyways, on the weekly, we have this being created. This candle is not created yet, so we cannot do much about it, which is what I like to do. However, it creates the possibility that this candle forms and we create this fair value gap for next week. So my anticipation is we either just chop here, maybe sweep this and then come back down, and then we run the highs next week, or we can just run up higher, create something above here, create this breakaway gap. This breakaway gap gets created. This is for next week, and then after that, you sweep all of this relative equal highs. And there you go. All-time highs on NQ and Qs. Where's my relative equal high? I don't really see it. All right. My relative equal high is right there. On the daily, we have a similar setup here that can point us into the direction that I'm saying. So even if we don't get this breakaway gap, we still have a fair value gap just sitting here, down here. So we could, because we've been chopping here for, how long is this? Quite a few days actually. This is 4 days. 4 days of chop from taking this. You also have all of this liquidity right here, which is creating this low resistance liquidity. So this is easy to take. And if you also want to see on ES, we had a similar setup right here where it just took all of this from low resistance liquidity run. So all of this was taken, and then ES made its high. NQ has been weaker because tech has been getting shot by its AI, and we could be seeing a rebound in AI, and that could propel it much higher. So yeah, my main thought is this is what occurs. We are going to probably sit up here, maybe sweep this high like this. So it's going to come here, sweep this, and then we're going to come down here. Now, why would we come down here? Because the weekly's here. So the next week, this gets created, and then the weekly fair value gap gets formed, and from that weekly fair value gap, we can run higher. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. I think we'll chop here, turtle soup this, and then after that, you just come straight down here, fill this, and then right there, take relative equals highs, and now you have now you have all-time highs created. Oil has been stagnant. It's been in the middle of this equilibrium range. And from what I see, I would like it to drop here into this fair value gap, this BISI. And from there, we can run higher and test out this gap right here. So all of this that was left unfilled, we could test all of that. Where's my gap? Okay, so from there, so let me draw a path here. So it would be basically something like this. Kind of the same thing for NQ. So NQ would drop. So if we have it correct, NQ would drop on oil coming up. But then oil over here gets stopped by like the 90 mark, fills this gap, and then comes down. If if we don't see much occur on like the Iran and Trump side of things. No, I mean it plays out. Like I like the idea here. Let me see if I could redraw this here though. So we're over here, right? So we're looking for a sweep here, and then it's gonna come down, which is gonna point that oil's running higher, and then we're saying that it would come back up. So that would be on oil at that point. Now oil can run, however, markets don't like it when oil runs because transportation gets screwed with high prices and everything else. Energy is just too much money at this point. So that's kind of what I'm saying. I like this idea a lot because it correlates with the oil. So anything that happens here should happen here. Now I am bullish on oil up to the 90 mark. I do want to see this gap get filled. And if we do see this correctly, we could see this low. Something like that. So this being the lower high, and then we have another lower high potentially. But if this gets taken, then I would probably have to scrap this idea. Because then at that point you have ES that took the high already, so it's already creating this SMT. That ES is already on a bull run of its own, and NQ is being left in the dust due to tech being like just shot. No, it's kind of I mean, it's a gamble for sure. If we really do think that this SMT is like not really an SMT, and we would find out pretty soon. So yeah, I do like this idea. If anyone else has a different idea, you can let me know. But I like this idea. A lot of people are saying that, oh, this is going to be an SMT. I don't think so. I think it's going to be based on oil. I think oil is going to be the mover for if we do take this relative equal high at all, which is essentially just the all-time high. No, I mean they also ran it within like what 3 days. So what's stopping them from running NQ taking all of this in 3 days and making Trump look better, I guess. But hey, if you guys like this, let me know. I have other stocks that I do like watching, but this is just for the plain old market that I watch. So, thanks. Thank you for watching.